Hey, welcome back to Tony Renee at Home. I have decided that I am going to do the hashtag 3 Rivers Challenge and not do any grocery shopping for at least the month of January. She's also doing February. And I'm talking about Jessica over at 3 Rivers Homestead. Love her channel, so go check it out. And she has no idea who I am. But anyway, I'm going to commit to 1 month with this one little caveat. Well, 2, I guess. My husband has to have his coffee creamer, and I have not bought that in advance. And I will be buying some fresh vegetables, maybe. But that's the only thing. I will make any bread that we need, and everything else will come out of here and will come out of the small pantry. So what I'm doing in here today is I am going to take a little bit of an inventory of the large upright freezer, and then this freezer right here that's in front of me. It's a refrigerator freezer, the spare refrigerator, and kind of see what's in there. I honestly already know what the meal plan is going to be for this week because we started out the week with leftovers. But I have 3 other weeks to figure out. So, ow! Cat is clawing my foot. She's getting fresh with me down there. Chloe. She's a mess. She's a rescue. She was on the side of the road and had been there for about 4 or 5 days, Adam had said. And she is absolutely the sweetest, finickiest cat I've ever had. And she's kind of won our hearts. She is so sweet. But this is Chloe May. I named her May after my mom who died in August. I'm sure Mom would love that. Anyway, I'm going to get this freezer inventory started. I'm going to turn you around and show you inside the freezer and talk about what's in there. Okay, I hope you can see these okay. I have a large pantry inventory sheet and large freezer inventory sheet, and back behind here I also have a small pantry freezer inventory sheet, which will be for this refrigerator, refrigerator freezer that you can't see, and then I also have one for the refrigerator freezer. And I have my step stool sitting here that I can sit on so I can put my clipboard on my lap and write what's in here. Let me switch the pantry sheets to the back, and then we are going to open up this freezer and get started. I'm not looking forward to this door being open in my face. Okay. There's probably some things in here that should be thrown away. I'm just being honest. All right. Let me pull you over here a little bit farther. Okay. Hey, that's not bad. You can see the top shelf okay, I think. I do know that what is on the top shelf for the most part is beef. This, yep, that's beef too. I got some yellow sticker beef at Walmart, and what I mean by that is, if you don't know, it's reduced price, and that's what's in here. And it is either London broil or chuck pot roast. Let's just see. Let's see what this is. Maybe. And I have Raynaud's disease, And if you don't know what that is, it means anything you touch with your fingers get really, really cold. And I'll be honest, I would rather touch something right out of the oven than to touch something frozen or really cold with my fingers. It burns my fingers more to touch something cold than it does hot. Yeah, these are pot roast. Beef chuck roast, a chuck pot roast. That's what they both are. You probably can't see. And ow. I seriously wear hot pads when I come to get anything out of the freezer, and I know that sounds really weird, but that's how bad it hurts. Okay, what's coming out here after me? Pork chops. They go on this shelf, and there's some more that's gonna fall out. How did this go in here? Oh my gosh. Ah, I'm dropping everything. Okay, so I know that I have a full shelf of beef up here. I'm not worried about it. I also have, maybe I should have worn gloves. I also have a homemade chicken pot pie, and I have a video on this. I will link it below. Those are excellent to have in your freezer. You don't even thaw those out. You take it straight out of the freezer. Please take it out of the bag. Put it on a cookie sheet and then you toss it in your oven. The video tells you everything. I will try to remember to link that below. If I don't remember to link it below, I will link it in a card at the top. Okay, so this shelf is beef. This shelf is kind of a catch-all of things. This is some frozen chicken that I will use when I go to make some chicken broth, which I need to do again because I'm almost out. And we have some of our baby chicks turned out to be a lot of roosters. Way to go, hens. Thanks for that. In fact, I think there might have been 1 or 2 hens, and that was it. The rest of them were roosters. So we're going to have some chicken in the freezer. And at this point, they're probably a little too aged, so they'll probably only be good enough for broth. Or they'll be tough. It'll be like leather. Chicken leather. Okay. I got a package of bacon. This is all chicken. Yeah, this is all chicken, packages of chicken. And except for a little package of golden crispy crowns, hash brown rounds. And this, I made an apple pie for Christmas. And I didn't need all of the filling to go in my pie shell. So that is here on top of all of these. These are all leg quarters, and this is thighs. My fingers are getting really, really cold. Chloe, come here. So that's what is there. And then in this basket, let me show you what I did in this basket. I had bought it, I don't know when I bought it or exactly how I bought it, but I had some pork, and it may have just been some pork chops or pork steaks, and we didn't eat them all, so I cut it up into stir-fry pork and then just vacuum sealed it. I've got 2 bags of that here, and then all of these. We had a bunch of eggs, and so I just I broke 8 of them in a bowl and scrambled them, and then I put them in these freezer bags. So there are 8 eggs in each of these freezer bags. 2, 4, 6, 7. So that is something that I'm going to write on here. Chloe May. And even though it's cold in here, I don't want to leave this open for a long time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How perfect is that? 8. And I will show you how this works as soon as I shut this door. All right, this next shelf here, let me see if I can get you in. Bear with me for a minute, okay? All right, this shelf, all pork. I got a really good deal on pork chops. They were $1.48 a pound. So I bought 50 pounds of pork chops just to stock this for the winter. And that doesn't look like pork chops, but I don't know what else it would be. And as you saw, everything was falling out on me, so I don't want to touch anything. This is actually beef stew meat. I'm going to put that up here. I bought this to can. I'm going to back out. I bought that stew meat to can. I just wrote all over myself. So I could consider that part of a meal, but Chloe, but I don't know. I could, and in fact, I'm just going to write it on here. If I decide not to can it, then we have it for a meal. Because I do already have some canned beef. Let me go let Chloe out. Now that she's out, she's probably going to stand out there and meow exactly the same because she'll want back in with me. Okay, so beef, and I have some fatty ribeyes here. Can you still see that? You can't even still see that. Let me raise it back up. Some fatty ribeyes. We have several packages of ground beef that our friends gave us for helping them do something. This, I don't even know that you can see that very well because the light is so bright. There is a jar of peach juice here that would be excellent in smoothies or even in some oatmeal, for peach oatmeal. Yummy. This is cube steak. Ooh, those would be really good. And actually, I know that there is a row of hamburger that goes all the way back. And then there's more packages of fatty ribeyes. And when I say fatty ribeyes, we bought in May of last year. Oh my gosh, in May of 20. That's how long those have been in there. We bought a big uncut ribeye. And we had the butcher cut it up for us. And those were kind of fatty, but they're still perfect for stir fries and whatever, things that can take small pieces of meat. Now, so beef, chicken, and then down on the bottom is pork, and down here is again just kind of some miscellaneous stuff. This isn't even in a freezer bag. This is ham pieces. And there's some more packages of beef down there that I got on special at Walmart, and they won't fit up there. I have a big package of shrimp that really, really, really needs to be fixed, so I'm going to put that on here. I'm not writing down the beef or the pork or the chicken because I remember that that's in here. So I told you she'd stand out there and meow. I almost said bark. She'd stand out there and meow. And this package of shrimp is actually big enough I could make at least 2 meals out of it. And I'd really like to do a low boil. And then I also have a ham bone down there. I can guarantee you that ham bone is not going to get used because we just had ham and beans on the 1st. So that's what's in the freezer section. Let's turn around and look at the door. Okay, let me back you up some. Nope, I've got you backed out as much as I can get you, so we'll just go from top to bottom. The top is some pepperoni and Canadian bacon. This is a bowl of tallow. That's my son's, that's not even mine. So pepperoni and Canadian bacon, so I know that we could have pizza. But I am going to write down the pepperoni and Canadian bacon because I do keep forgetting about it. And I have 2 packages of pepperoni and Canadian bacon. Okay. And I have half a package of that, but I'm going to go ahead and mark it as 1 full package because it came from Sam's and this is the other half. There's quite a bit in there. I have lima beans here, and I have 2 packages of those. Those would be excellent in a stew. Okay, I have some frozen peppers, a package of yeast. I have a package of edamame. How do you spell that? That's right. I just wanted to be sure I was spelling it right. Edamame. Edamame, there's 1. I have another partial package of, pretty good sized package of peppers. Let me move this down. This is beef fat. This is for rendering some tallow myself. What in the world is this? Oh, this, I did a video on this as well. This is chocolate chip cookie dough balls. So when we want some chocolate chip cookies, take them out, put them on the cookie sheet, straight in the oven. Don't thaw them out or anything, they just go straight in the oven. But you would increase the baking time by a couple of minutes. Dropped my pen. Just because they're frozen. So beef fat, I have a package of hamburger here, and that really needs to be used. So hamburger, and I will use this hamburger before I use what's up in the top shelf of the freezer, just because this has been in here since May of 20. Okay, and on the very bottom is some cauliflower. I hate throwing away food. And I'm about to get hit in the head by a freezer door. I'm just going to go ahead and let that shut. Let's turn you around here for a second. I hate to throw away food, but since I was sick, we were both sick back in August. Oink oink. I said wink wink, not oink oink, just so we're clear. Our taste buds have changed. We completely lost all taste and smell. And there are just some things I can't stomach. And that has been in there for a while anyway. I'm going to go ahead and write it down. Cauliflower whole. And I have 2 bags of that. And then I have 1 ginormous bag of riced cauliflower. And I'm thinking that maybe, possibly, perhaps, I could maybe sneak some of that riced cauliflower in with some rice, or add it to a soup or a stew, because I do not want to throw that away. I do not want to throw it away. I don't know anyone else that would eat it, that I could give it to, or I would. But anyway, I'll figure out something because I hate wasting food. So that's the big freezer. And again, I'm not writing down all of that meat as part of the freezer inventory because I know that's there. I know there's plenty of it. Once it gets down to the end of it, then I'll start writing down how many I have. It is just Adam and I, so we don't need that much. If I use any hamburger, it'll be one of those little packages. If I open up a London broil or a pot roast, I will cut it in half. So that's going to last us for a really long time. Wouldn't it be awesome if I didn't have to buy any meat for the rest of the year? Wow, since we're on a debt-free journey, that would be amazing. So now then, I'm going to go to the refrigerator freezer that's in here. Let me get the camera turned around again and we'll look at what's in there. Okay, I'm not sure how well you can see this. Actually this, excuse me, got another package of bacon in here. That should really be in the other freezer. So I like to have everything together. I don't like having bacon in this freezer and then bacon in the other freezer. So I'm going to set this on my stool. And I hope I don't forget about it. And I am going to write down bacon. I've still got my large freezer sheet here on the top. I have to, let me find, there we go. So how's your 2022 going? What's going on? What are you doing? What do you have plans to do this year? Are you wanting to learn how to stock your pantry? Is that a goal for yours this year? I set goals. I don't set resolutions. If you set resolutions, that's cool. No judgment here, ever. But in my mind, I have to think of them as goals. Okay, so what is this? This is pineapple cores. I canned some pineapple, the absolute best pineapple I have ever had. This is the cores. I wanted to make some pineapple vinegar because I can't eat that. I'm not even going to write it down. I have just about a half a bag of French fries. Is that French fries? Yeah. Half a bag of fries. And what is this? Oh, this is cream of chicken soup. I have another video that has the other half of this in it. I'll link all those. I'll try to remember to link all of those videos down below, okay? That was so good. All right, I have a package of chicken tenderloins. I tell you what, it's going to be hard to not go to the store and buy more of those because that's our favorite. And when I buy them, I usually buy 2 at a time because, you know, our meals, you're going to find out that our meals are very boring because we don't mind. I don't like leftovers. I don't like leftovers, but I don't mind eating the same thing 2 days in a row as long as it's cooked fresh. I hate leftovers unless it's a soup or something. So let's keep going in here. I hate to keep bending down and talking to you, or you only see my double chin. I have 2 pork roasts here that wouldn't fit. I mean, you saw that pork falling out on me. These wouldn't fit in the other freezer. But again, I'm not writing down that meat. These 4 bags are apple pulp from when I made apple juice. And this is not necessarily something that's a meal. It could be a dessert or added to something, so I'm not writing those down. And when I say I'm not writing everything down, that's what I mean. I'm only writing down things that could be used towards a meal. So I should write down that cream of chicken soup because that needs to be eaten. Thank you for reminding me of that. Cream of chicken soup. Oops, soup. Cream of chicken sop. Good grief. And I'm just going to write here half a can. Okay. Let's see. That's all that's here. And then here, this is 4 packages of chicken legs. And oopsie, that got shoved in there and we forgot about that. So these need to be fixed as well. That's another little bag of fries. I have that. I do know that I have some hamburger patties already made up in my refrigerator freezer, so I'll just use those with that. And I'll make some homemade hamburger buns. So 4 packages of chicken legs and a pie crust. So I have some apples in there, or I have some peaches. We'll probably make a peach pie instead, or a quiche. I have that bacon. I think I'll make some quiche. I'll throw something together. We have chickens, we have eggs, we have the bacon, we have veggies. I'll probably make a quiche with that. Okay. That's all that's in this one. Wow, that's putting out some cold air. Oh, I'm sorry. It is not all that's in this one. This one has a door too. Let's look here. Sorry for moving you around while you're still going. This is gizzards. I only pay like $1 or something for these. And I'm really picky about what we feed the dogs. So those are actually dog treats. Don't hate me for feeding people food to the dogs. That's organ meat. It's really good for them. They're part of our family too, so that's what they get. I have a package of 7 sprouted grains. What's this called? Food for Life organic bread up here. This is, I'm afraid to say what it really is. Nope, that's more beef fat for tallow. This is another package of tallow that also belongs to my son. Let me back up a little bit. I can't, that's right. And then I had a video of this too. This is a bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin. This is the only one left already, I think. Is this one? Nope, that's some homemade beef jerky that I dehydrated. Yep. This is the only bacon, egg, and cheese English muffin that is left from all of those that I made. Have a recipe for that too, or a video for that too. We don't go to McDonald's for breakfast. I make it myself. And that's what the rounds are for. That's in the other refrigerator, or freezer. That's what I do. Okay, gonna back you up. Hold on. Now, let me open the refrigerator door because I'm also going to do, okay, you know what, I'll show you just so you see what's in my refrigerator. It is nothing but stuff that really needs to be pitched in my crock pot. That is meatballs that were left over from a party. And on the bottom is the rest of the ham and beans that were left over from the first. Don't judge me. I don't know. I just haven't done it yet. I don't guess I really have an excuse. I just haven't got them out yet. So those 2 things need to come out. And then in the door, I'll turn you around here. Well, actually, you can really see, I think. Let me go over here. We have water, condiments, and sodas on the bottom. Okay. Let's look at, I'll show you the top of the pantry. even though I'm not going to be at the top of the pantry, for crying out loud. Just a quick glimpse of the veggies that we have. If you watched my large pantry tour, you already know what they are. Potatoes, corn, peas, carrots, green beans, and then soups and stews, apple cider vinegar. And then back over here, we have tomatoes and pickles and sauerkraut down there and relishes, so, you know, sides. And then if I were to run out of meat, I also have meat here, hamburger and beef, and then that shelf where those bags are, there's actually chicken back there. So, and then we have fruit that's jarred up. So we're good on that. Chicken broth, so I wouldn't have to buy anything like that. I do have a canning video coming out. Actually, I have several, but I have a pumpkin, that one right there. If you can see around the bottom of that stem, it's starting to go bad. So that one is going to become chicken feed. So I need to get the rest of these canned before they go bad. So I have some canned pumpkin because my husband's favorite pie is pumpkin pie. Okay, let's go into the kitchen to the refrigerator freezer. Be sure and stay until the very end of the video because I have a very big announcement and I have something free for you. Okay. Oh my goodness, that's a long way down. Let me grab my refrigerator pantry sheet. And I won't be able to sit here long because this is out in the house. It's freezing cold outside, so it's warm in here. I have a refrigerator or a fridge pantry sheet. And let's see. I know you can't see in here very well. I'm sorry about that thing. Let's start in the drawer. As far as food goes, that's been opened and is laying there open. So this is something I need to fix right away. So 1 bag of corn that needs to be fixed. And then peas and carrots, I have 1 bag. Peas and carrots, 1 bag. That will be good for, looks like, there's a piece of a bag here. Those need to be fixed. So 1 plus 1/2. Okay. More peppers. Those should be in the other one. These are Adams. I do not like, there's a dog hair on there. Oh, okay. These are just brats, or brats. These are brats. I have 6 brats in my fridge, or my freezer. These are smoked brats. See, my refrigerator, or my freezer's already angry with me. This is celery pieces for chicken broth. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 packages of 2. These are the hamburgers I was telling you that I already had made up. I actually did that for the grill. Hamburgers. What did I say? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's what I thought. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. Times 2. What's this? I'm sorry. Oh, this is chicken, for a chicken carcass for making chicken broth. This is more jerky. I should really put this stuff all together in the same place, right? Bags of cranberries. I won't count those. Sorry. They will just, I'll probably dehydrate those cranberries. A piece of, well, what's left over from another video that I did. I have frozen bananas for smoothies, frozen fruit for smoothies. I have 3 dinner rolls. Those need to be used. 3 dinner rolls. Making my nose run. Okay. And then this jar of yeast, I'm not sure is still good. I need to test that. I never even thought about testing my yeast until I watched Becky from Homestead. I never thought about that, duh. Well, I guess I kind of do test my yeast because I always let it proof for a little bit in a bowl and let it work for about 5 minutes. So I guess I kind of do. I lied to Becky, don't tell her. I have tested my yeast before. I never put that together. Okay. Some meatballs that were left over from some meatballs that I took to a party. So spaghetti and meatballs. I need to write that down because that is something that needs to be used up. And that's really what I'm looking for right now. Things that I need to use up that are opened and are taking up space. I don't want them to go bad, and I want them out so new stuff can be put in. Okay, let me shut this drawer for just a second because my freezer's really mad at me for leaving the door open. Did you have a good Christmas? I hope that you did. Ours was amazing. We went to our daughter's and her family in Missouri. So I got to spend it with my grandbabies. And I will just go ahead and tell you, one of my announcements is that on January 1st, my daughter by C-section she gave birth to her 3rd child. They have 4 kids, but they adopted Beckett. So we now have beautiful, perfect, oh my gosh, I'm not just saying this because she's my grandbaby, but she is truly the prettiest baby I have ever seen. And her mommy was beautiful when she was born. Her name is Willow Elise, and she was only 6 pounds and a few ounces, but she's 21.5 inches long. So she's a tall, skinny baby already, and she's just so perfect. I have not seen her yet, but I am going down to see her on Friday. It's supposed to snow here tomorrow, so I'm not going to try to head out tomorrow. We're not supposed to get a lot of snow, just around 3 inches, but just in case, I'm not worried about my driving in the snow because I grew up in the country and I know how to drive in the snow. But there are other idiots out there behind the wheel who do not. They don't even know how to drive in the rain, let alone the snow. So that wasn't very nice, and I'm sorry. So let's get back to this. I think that's been long enough. Okay. This is celery tops. I'm going to put that up here. That's also for broth. I have some ham pieces. Now, even though we just had ham and beans, I might possibly use these, and I'm going to go ahead and write them down because I love, it won't be anything that I jump into right away. Good grief, that's messy. But we love green beans and potatoes with chunks of ham in it. That is so good. So I might use those for that. Let's just stay over here. This is another chicken carcass. More beef fat. I have some biscuits, and these need to be used because I want to get those out of here because there's only a few left. So I'm just going to write biscuits down on here, and we will have, I'm getting really messy with my handwriting. We will have breakfast one night for dinner. I have a steak that could be fixed and sliced and put up in a salad. So I'm going to write that down. And I'm pretty sure it was a red sticker special. Yeah, it was. And it's oh, I take that back. That's not a steak. This is kebab meat. So I might put that with the beef stew meat that's back there in that other freezer and can that. So I'm going to mark that off and write kebab. I didn't wait long enough. It really does not like me leaving it open. This would be excellent with some of the sauerkraut. So I have a smoked sausage. I have one of those. That's the meatballs. This is more beef fat. Yep, that's more beef fat. Ravioli. That will go excellent with spaghetti and meatballs. This can be an appetizer. Or we can just do like a snack night. I'm going to shut this while I'm talking and writing. It could just be like a snack night, I guess. I'm going to go ahead and write it down. There's actually enough in there that I could make 2 meals out of it. I love buying that. I get that at Sam's. And we absolutely love it. It is, well, it says original beef, and the name is folded over. Toasted ravioli, original beef. Ah, Louisa. Maybe it's Louisa. Take my name. Take my name. Take my word for it. It's called Louisa. So I will put those two things together. That is, this is a mystery. I'm not even going to worry about it right now. I'm going to put those ham pieces over here, that beef fat over here, these biscuits back over here, and I have another chicken carcass, and I have some salmon and ahi tuna, and one, and I'm sorry, you're just going to have to take my word for it. Let me see if I can reach over here and get it. I have a tenderloin. And the ahi tuna I'm afraid to pick up because there's stuff in, ouch! There went my clipboard and it went on my toe. What's this? Oh, that's more chicken carcasses. I've got to make some chicken broth. We'll do that together. Oh my gosh, I can't reach it. Okay. So I have a tenderloin. I only have one of those. I have a package of ahi tuna. And then back here, I have, excuse me, a package of unopened salmon. And a package of salmon. Okay. Let's go to my desk and we'll talk about the meal plan. Okay. Now, like I said, I admit that I already know what the whole week's meal plan is. So I'm just going to go over it with you. Monday was leftovers. And this is, let me back up just a minute. This is January no spend. And the first and the second, the first week I made the beans. Those aren't on here, but the first I made ham and beans. The second was my birthday, and we just had leftovers. Monday, we had leftovers again. That's why that container of beans is still in the freezer. I'm up to my eyeballs in beans until next year. Okay? So, leftovers was on Monday. Tuesday, that FFY means spend for yourself. And I'll be honest, I was kind of in a funk that day. I had a sandwich and I have no idea what Adam had. Okay? He seriously did just spend for himself. This evening, we had chicken tenderloins that I just sauteed in a pan. I also sauteed green beans and mushrooms, and I toasted some sesame seeds that I put over them when they were done. And then we had an Asian salad, and that was just one of those bags of salad that I had already bought, and that's what we had to go with that. And I will insert a picture, because I did take a picture of what we had just to show you. And tomorrow night, I will be fixing a London broil. I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to fix it yet. And then we're having asparagus and just a regular salad. And then Friday, like I said, I'm going to meet my brand new grandbaby, so I won't be home. I will be pulling canned goods that I have canned out of the freezer and making some homemade vegetable soup. I have a video on that. And I will be making my Dutch oven bread. I also have a video on that. All of these videos will be linked in the description. I will not put them in a card because that's a whole lot of videos. So I won't be here. I know when I come home from my daughter's, before Adam has to leave for work, he works evenings, that I can throw this together. I will probably make this Dutch oven bread tomorrow and maybe not cook it quite all the way, it'll be cooked all the way, but it won't be really browned. And then I will wrap it up really good in some foil and put it back in the oven as I'm heating up the vegetable soup. Everything in the vegetable soup will already be cooked because it's my canned beef stew meat as well. So it's literally just putting seasonings in it and heating it up, and it's done. So I will go ahead and get this Dutch oven bread put back in the oven in some foil and let that be heating up as I'm fixing the veggie soup. And then on Saturday, we will have pork chops somehow. I don't know. I do remember seeing some recipes on Pinterest that I'd like to try, or maybe they were in a cookbook. I don't know. I want to try something different with pork chops though. I'll let you know what I do. And then I will bake some zucchini and carrots together. I absolutely love that. Just salt and pepper and smoked paprika, and then a salad. And Sundays, church. And this is a day I actually budget for. We go to church. You've probably heard me say this before if you've watched any of my other videos. We go to church an hour and a half away. And to put anything in the crock pot, it would be way overcooked. And then it would still take quite a bit of time if I put something in the Instant Pot and tried to fix it. So I do budget for eating out on Sundays because it is so far to church. So I do not count this in my no grocery shop or eating out of the pantry challenge because it is budgeted for. Okay. And if something happens that we end up coming right back home and we don't want to go out to eat, we'll just have leftovers. Okay. So Sunday is out or leftovers. I don't need this part because we're not going shopping. And all of the money that I always put back $150 a week for grocery shopping. That is budgeted for too. But instead, if I have to buy Adam's creamer, or if I have to buy some fresh veggies, which I won't this week, then all I have to do is use some of that money. But otherwise, it is going towards paying off a bill. Okay? Now, I didn't use this part. I may, and I created these PDFs as well. These are both mine. This is not a shameless plug. I'm not trying to plug my Etsy shop, but I don't even think this is in my Etsy shop. If it were, you would get both of these as a printable, but technically it would be like this. This is how I would print it out. This would be the front, and then this would be on the other side. That's how I would print it up. They use it up. And like I said, some of the things that were in the pantry, I do need to use it up. And I am going to put those things in here so I know about them for next week. Or I may just go ahead and print another one of these out for next week, and I'll put those on the back of that, just as a reminder. And I'll just keep carrying it over from week to week to week. And I won't have to keep going back over my list again. I will just carry it over from here on to the next week until the things are all gone. Does that make sense? So, okay. I'm going to stop here. I'm already into almost 10 minutes on this part of the video. I don't know how long the freezer inventory took. I may break that down some because you may not be interested in all of that. I don't know. And I don't want you fast forwarding through my videos. Here is my other exciting announcement that I was going to tell you. Let me grab something. If you are already a subscriber, you know that I have been doing some budgeting videos on this channel. However, I have decided I am no longer going to do budgeting videos on this channel because people who are into a working homestead and homemaking and pantry and cooking and cleaning and organizing may not care a bloomin' thing in the world about watching budgeting videos. So I'm not doing them anymore. But I have started a second channel called Tony Renee Budgets at Home. So if you are here and you also want to see how we budget our money and pay off our debt and follow along on our debt-free journey, please go subscribe to that channel, Tony Renee Budgets at Home. I'll leave a link to it in the description box. And as far as the freebies, for my new subscribers on that channel, if you go to my blog, also Tony Renee at Home at WordPress.wordpress, I think is what it is. The link will be in the description. And it's also in my About Me section of this channel. I have freebies for you that are PDFs that I have made up myself that work for us. And I'm offering them to you for free because the first thing I'm going to do on that channel is a budgeting 101. I show you how to set up a budget, and I have the PDFs that I myself am going to be using to show you how to do what I do. And it is the monthly bills where you can write down all your monthly bills. And then it is also my bills at a glance sheet. I'm offering you these for free. Yours will be in grayscale. They will not be colored like mine are. It will be grayscale only. These in color are available in my Etsy shop, and I do not mean to plug my Etsy shop. I really do not. But these are available in my Etsy shop, and because I have mentioned it, I do have a coupon code for you. If you go to my Etsy shop and you're interested in my budgeting PDFs for the month of January as a new subscriber, and please do not cheat me or the system, the coupon code is new sub, and it is buy one, get one free. And right now, everything is $1.99. So when you spend $1.99, you're going to get the next one for free of your choice, okay? That is my offer to you for following me here and for subscribing on my new channel, Tony Renee Budgets at Home. Okay? Now let's wrap this up. Okay, well, I went to wrap this video up and I did it again. I forgot to turn on the stinking microphone on the camera. So I am recording on my phone just to wrap this up. If you are still here with me, I mentioned that I wanted to do something different with the pork chops. What would you do? Tell me one of your recipes or tell me what you do. And I'll try that and then I'll let you know how I liked it. Okay? Please subscribe if you want more. And until the next time, God bless.